please just.
Look, we've always had these rules. We've always been able to speak at meetings for 3 minutes. What's changed? The chair. And it's very frustrating to be able to have different things, and it's you, but he's changed and he doesn't respect us having something. I only have things to say because the rules have changed. You have freedom and you have freedom to speak 3 minutes for the last several years, and all of a sudden that gets taken away. It gets frustrating because it feels like our rights are being taken away. Well, yeah, I've had my hand up several times and haven't been able to speak. So it's a lot of people. He doesn't know what I'm going to say. He has no idea what my opinion is, what I'm going to tell the board. He has no idea what my concern is. And we've always, 3 minutes isn't a long time when I pay his salary and they are paid to listen to me. And they're public servants, remember. Yeah, and they can come do it.
In other words, if you take your 3 minutes and you turn it into 30, how does it affect?
Nobody has turned it into.
And so I want to be clear.
Nobody's done that.
What you started with, sir, was about whether or not we just wait for the state to tell the county you have to give public comment. To talk about how it works is, it is 3 minutes, and this board did make a decision to remove something. What we said was, you used to be able to donate your 3 minutes if someone else had something lengthier to say. This board doesn't allow that process because some people have an issue that they have researched and they want to bring it forward. So for example, is it right for me to say, Commissioner Omodt, you don't let me speak at your meeting, you can't speak at mine? No, it isn't. Even though he's at commissioner's chat with his hand up, and my hand has been up for 1.5 years. So I will give him the microphone because I stand by First Amendment right and the right of any member of the public to speak. I gotta do people that haven't spoken first before we come back.
Good morning. I'll just take a moment to address the rules have not changed. The rules have been published since 2016. And regardless of how much people may try to obfuscate the actual purpose of the regular business meeting, it is clearly written in Bonner County Ordinance. What is also clearly written in Bonner County Ordinance and was delivered from Prosecutor Marshall is that this is a limited public forum. The regular business meeting of Bonner County, as published, gives a very specific purpose of what it is supposed to do. It is the business of Bonner County. There is also the reality that government has a governmental purpose. And the business meeting, as clearly read and written into statute, is to address the business of Bonner County. For example, there has been a gentleman who has repeatedly brought up the elections in Pennsylvania. Bonner County has zero authority to address the elections in Bonner County. And what this comes back to is, what is the true purpose of government? Now, we can grow government and we could spend hours and hours and hours dealing with issues that the Board of County Commissioners has zero authority to address. For example, when people bring up issues with the sheriff or the prosecutor, that is outside of our statutory authority. And this commissioner is opposed to overreach. So regardless of what some people allege, gaslight, victimize, so on and so forth, I will continue to support the statutory authority of the Board of County Commissioners, and the business meeting will deal with the business of Bonner County. Have a good morning.
Thank you for that. And maybe if you could answer this question that people have, and since you commented, the rules have not changed. What has changed is the way in which the rules are implemented. Public comment is part of the rule. It's the ordinance. That has not changed. The public have a right, and it is their only opportunity in Bonner County to approach the board during public comment, even if it's to give a comment with no response, if it's to give a comment and ask a question. And so if the rules have not changed, and that is their way of talking about the business of Bonner County, why are we implementing it in a way that is not indicative of the ordinance and of the way in which Bonner County residents have been allowed to speak? Because I will point out to you, you just use adjectives that you yourself as this chair will not allow. You have shut down people because you don't like an adjective. Freedom of speech matters. Just like me handing you that microphone matters. It's not okay to not allow the people their right, which is in our ordinance. And you're choosing, for example, that talking about behavioral health during a commissioner chat is not the business of Bonner County. It most absolutely is. And it's the way that I choose to represent. And more than that, it's the way that the people of Bonner County who elected me want to be represented. And your form of overreach to the community exists because you're not following and implementing the rule as written. You are choosing to say only those that you want, because you tell me what rule you use to say Commissioner Williams cannot give a public comment. How do you get to skip over people? That's not the spirit of our county. And that's what is tearing our county down. It is absolutely tearing the county down, because at a minimum, this is our time to speak. The way in which we engage as elected officials or staff matters. But more than that, our country is founded on us, the people, taking our rightful position in government. And local government is the biggest spot to take that seat, because you have access to it. And if any elected official starts closing that door, you have to stand up and address that issue. We start our meeting with a riot act of all the rules that we want to impose upon the public. Yet we don't turn around and say, but by the way, you can't do those same things. Let me write a snotty email response to a member of the public, but if I see your name on that list, I'm not going to call it. That's what the problem is with respect to public comment, trying to control that which the public wants to address. Because it should be that when you see me not doing something and you address me in the open forum, there's multiple reasons. One of those reasons is you want everybody to know what I'm doing, and you should. You want everybody to know how I answer that tough question. You want everybody to see whether I'm doing a good job or a bad job. But if I start saying, you know what, Johnny, you say too much stuff online that I don't like, I don't see anybody else there. That is a problem, because we don't fix our problems by ignoring it, and being part of the problem is removing public comment.
Did you want me to respond, or are you done?
I got to give it to George.
Oh.
Spoke yet. The way
Oh,
we-
George speaks loudly. Thank you for your time, but I look forward to the opportunity to actually
But just what you did was disrespectful. That's not, you want more from the community.
have a good morning. This commissioner will continue to follow the
Stick
rule.
around and listen to the people, Luke.
Good luck.
Speaking this morning.
Yeah.
On tape, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's highly unusual that he actually showed up.